ask permission from Father Obet to just share something, and I believe, ano po to, it's something that I've shared this with my wife the past few days, and even my children. But I believe also the Lord wants to, to also share this, wants me to share this also to the church, to you. And I think this is, I believe this is the right time for me to actually share this. So I ask permission from Father Obet. And this is more of a request din po to be one, for us to be one in prayer. And I believe this is also something that the Lord, it's God's direction for His church as a whole. But it has to do with the Psalms. I've looked into the Psalms for the past few days, and I know it's been there for a long time. I mean, this is the same, I guess, set of readings that we've had for over maybe more than a decade, more than how many decades since we've actually doing liturgy. So, and a lot of these are very usual already for us. But for me, siguro talagang meron lang i-inspire si Lord eh. But if you've also read through it, the Psalms for the past few days, parang there's just a theme that I've seen, and it's there are two things eh. Parang it's the Lord showing His might, letting Himself be known to us. But if you will look into every time He speaks about His greatness, every time He speaks about His power, every time He speaks about that I am the Lord, and every time He speaks about His might, there would always be a part there where He will talk about He is the Father of the fatherless. He is the God of the lonely. And then at the same time, and even the Psalms for today, it talks about the nation. It talks about, well, it talks about the nation of Israel. But in the other Psalms, you will see that He's also talking about the nations. He will bring them into His fold. And I believe there's just one, or a message that the Lord is putting in my heart. And that is, a lot of people, and I'm not only talking about us, but I think in general, God's people have been really waiting and waiting and waiting for so long. And the waiting somehow has come to a point that there's hopelessness already. But the waiting on the Lord, as a church, even as a nation, we're known to be a Christian nation, and we've been a prayerful people. And I believe, that's what we have been. But if you look through our history, parang you will see na, Lord, have you actually, diba parang, where was this power of yours that you've been talking about? Where's this been shown? But the Lord is just telling us, the years of waiting, when I will make myself known to you, the years of waiting will not be remembered anymore, because I will confirm my promises to you. I will confirm, I will set the captives free. I will, those that are hopeless, I will bring hope. Those that are in bondage, I will set free. And I know this is not something new, but it just, and then sabi nga ni Lord, diba? Pagka may binigay siya sa'yo, even if it's something that you've heard a lot of times already, it will be like a new song in your heart. And I'm just sharing this because I believe the Lord is calling us even more into prayer, so that we will understand how the Lord will show Himself mightily. Because I believe, we are in an age, in a time where a lot of people or a lot of institutions they're like clenching their fist. Parang it's like institutions or nations are in a time wherein talagang it's a show of might. People are trying to show their might. Men are trying to show their might through their resources, siguro sa mga nations through their through their military power. And you've never seen this in such a time as ever before, when talagang lahat pumuposisyon eh. And I can sense even at this very time, even at this very moment, there's just this spirit going around uh, and feeding on the hopelessness that are in the hearts of people. Diba? There's feeding in the, because that's the enemy's most powerful tool that he is using right now. Diba? Yung hopelessness, that is why people are just, kahit ano na lang. You go into drugs or you just do whatever you want to do because there's no hope anyway. And the nations are in an uproar. And people are, sige, dito na lang, let's put our hope in these nations because anyway, they're mighty. And this is the spirit that we need to go against right now. Itong spirit that's spreading around, spreading discontent. And I'm not only talking in the church, but in the world. I mean, in our societies. And this is spreading at this very moment. And the Lord is calling us to really pray against this, to bind this spirit. Because with that prayer comes the Lord's revelation on how He will reveal His might. And it's not going to be through people's resources. It's not going to be through the nation's wealth. Diba? It's not going to be the nation's might. It's going to be in a way where only the Lord and His people will know. Parang for me, yun yung tinatanong kay Lord, paano to? Parang, diba? Can we actually understand how You will work? The truth is, God will be able to reveal that to us. And at this time, yun siguro yung hinihingi sa atin ni Lord. Let's really pray. Let's ask the Lord, Lord, what is it that You want to reveal? Or how is it that You want Yourself to be made known so that we can fight this spirit of discontent, this spirit of hopelessness that's going on around us. Because this is the time when the Lord will really show His might. And this is the time that He will really, open our eyes to see that He is for the hopeless, He is for the fatherless, He is for the lonely, He is for the destitute, which have been there. That word is established. Diba? That word is established. Hindi naman mabago yun. And when the Lord shows His might, when the Lord shows His power, the years of waiting will never be remembered. Sabi nga, diba, the glory of